Have you ever looked at your calendar and realized you've been busy for months, but nothing has actually changed? You're working, you're moving, you're doing something every single day, but the goals, still the same. The dream, still just a dream. This isn't laziness. It's something much more subtle and far more common. This is the psychology of productive procrastination. Chapter 1: Motion versus Momentum. Busy people feel productive, and that feeling is dangerous. Replying to emails, reorganizing notes, watching tutorials, it all feels like work. But it's a substitute for the one thing that actually moves the needle: doing the hard thing. Real progress doesn't feel like productivity. It feels like discomfort. Motion without direction is just exhaustion. Chapter 2: Avoiding Decisions. Staying busy is one of the most socially acceptable ways to avoid the decisions that actually scare you. Should you quit that job? Start that business? End that relationship? As long as you're swamped, you never have to answer. Busyness becomes a shield, and most people don't even realize they're holding it. The decision you keep avoiding is the one that would change everything. Chapter 3: Planning Addiction. There's a reason planning feels so satisfying. Vision boards, planners, productivity apps. Planning gives you the reward of progress without the risk of failure. Your brain can't tell the difference between planning to do something and actually doing it, so you plan and replan and optimize your plan. And the years pass. An imperfect start beats a perfect plan that never begins. Chapter 4: Fear of Success. Most people think the fear is failure, but often it's success, because success brings responsibility, visibility, expectations, change. It removes your excuses. It makes you accountable to your potential, and that is terrifying. So the mind creates a solution. Stay busy enough to feel like you're trying, but never try hard enough to find out. Chapter 5: Identity Trap. There's an identity in being the person who is working on their goals. It earns respect. It gives you something to say. It gives your life a story. But finishing, that ends the story. And then something new has to begin. So some people stay in progress for years, not because they can't finish, but because finishing forces them into the unknown. The journey becomes the destination, and nothing ever gets built. Chapter 6: Optimization Trap. They have the best tools, the best routines, the best systems. They've read the books, watched the videos, taken the courses, but output, almost none. Because optimization without execution is just procrastination in disguise. At some point, the question isn't how do I do this better? It's why haven't I done this at all? Stop optimizing. Start shipping. Final thoughts. The people who move forward aren't smarter, more talented, or less busy. They've just learned to recognize when activity is hiding avoidance. They do the uncomfortable thing. They make the decision. They ship the imperfect version. Because a life spent in motion, but never moving forward, is one of the quietest forms of regret. Do less. Move forward. That's it.